Hello, this is Eric of Spark E Studio, and welcome to my testing of the Phenyx Pro PTU-71. This is a handheld system and a body pack, and just to let you know, I reviewed originally 2 body packs of this system, and I found out my unit was defective, and Phenyx Pro took care of me. Purchased originally on Amazon, and Phenyx Pro gave me the option of a handheld system if I really want to try that, as well as the body pack. So awesome on them here for that. In this review, I'm going to test out sound pressure level. That is, of course, testing really loud screaming to see, well, yelling, to find out if these distort, as well as connecting this to my monitor speakers right behind me, and how you can use this in your own YouTube studio or for presentations. As you see, I'm doing this on purpose to use a wireless mic system just to show you can use this even doing something as simple as this. This particular Phenyx Pro PTU-71 is the 1H and 1B model, which means it has 1 handheld and 1 body pack. Now those include a wired headset, a wired lavalier, 1 handheld microphone, because I could either have this as my microphone, which is also connected, and this here is the DJI Mic 3. Now let's switch over to this microphone system. Now I have both hands free, and I can, of course, if I choose to, use a wired lavalier or a headset. So let's quickly take this out. On the front side of the receiver, we have individual left and right volume control, as well as setting the signal of our UHF frequency. Here are balanced XLR left and right, as well as a mono, which can go to our PA system, which I'll test here momentarily, as well as 2 antenna ports, and of course the obligatory power. Now let's get to some B-roll footage of setting up those microphones and body pack. To power this on, we press the power button momentarily. We can see the screen come to life. Now let's search for the best channel, and we hold down the set button, automatically searching for that best channel possible. We'll see that there's our red light right up here, and we are going to re-sync the microphone right here. Double tap, we'll see that little F with lines, and I take my microphone, line it up to that window, and that we'll see at, and that means, well, basically antenna. I can also press the up or down arrow to choose the best audio channels, and if I want to sync it, same idea. So it's on F, that's frequency, right there. Now both the body pack and the microphone are synced up and ready to go. Right now we're listening to this handheld microphone, and yes, it does reject audio pretty darn good now, doesn't it? There's a lot of noise in the background. Someone's actually on the phone right now, actually speaking very loud, and we probably hear very little, if any, of that. In fact, let's switch over audio devices. And using my Sennheiser MKH50, this is the noise in the background. One of the items included with this is a 1 meter long cable, which is 6.5 millimeters and 3.5 millimeters in that one end, ejectable to 6.5 millimeters. Now you might wonder what this is for. This is for connecting to your PA system. Hey you, yeah you. 1/4 inch out, connected to my iLoud reference speakers right down here. This is an amplified speaker system, but not with an amplifier, which I'd recommend if you want to go directly to your speakers to do. I'll record the audio using this microphone right beside me to record the sound of the speakers. I'm going to leave the room. Let's turn on the headset. And you should be able to hear the reference speakers now, these iLoud. So this allows me to do presentation, as you can see, or hear, I should say. while I walk around. So how is this working? Using these speakers just for audio. This is connected directly, and you can now hear probably audio doubling. That's because I'm walking back into the studio, and here I am. And in terms of bumping it, as long as you're in your shirt and not hanging out, you're not really going to notice when you bump it so much. So if I have my shirt, okay, we hear a little bit. Hanging out like this, you'll really notice there's bumping into the cable. So obviously tuck it into your shirt, and normally you'll use this with a button-up shirt. So if you use an XLR microphone and you have an audio interface, which you probably do, you can connect it directly to your audio interface and do not use phantom power. None of that. No phantom power, no power. Now to test the mute button. You'll notice the screen goes blank after a period of time. We have to press it once, and then the screen goes red, right? The light goes red when it actually goes mute. The mute going, and do we hear any clicks or pops when I press that mute button? I'll press it one more time. And do we notice? Do we notice? There we go. And that was a test of the mute button using the wired lavalier down here. The power button on here is not just a power button. Press it once to reveal the lighting on here. Press it again. And now you can hear me. And now we can hear me again. Here's my close and personal view of this mute button. Let's see if I can show you how hard I have to press it for. You have to press it with some real force. It's not something to press by accident whatsoever. Right now, let's do an SPL test. Sound pressure level using this handheld microphone. Am I coming through nice and clear despite shouting? And I don't want to go too crazy because there are people here, and this is a test of the SPL. Did it distort or not? It didn't clip. So if there's any distortion, that would be a fail on the SPL test. If it sounded clear, then that is A1 good, passing that test. With this turned down and my audio interface turned down, I'm now wearing this headset, and it is now this SPL test. Am I distorting? Am I causing any distortions if I was shouting to a crowd like you might normally do? But being this close to the microphone, would I do this? I don't know. Let's switch over to the wired lavalier. We're now listening to the wired lavalier doing a basic SPL test. If I was shouting to a crowd, would this mic distort? I don't know, but we'll both find out on playback. This is the wired lavalier microphone. Keep it close to your heart and not near your throat. Oh, that takes me to the next one. That's not SPL. What not to do. But Eric, there must be some weaknesses, and you are right, depending on how you use it. And that's where things definitely change. Handheld, honestly, no problems for me overall. But for someone else that doesn't know how to use it, you might want to go like this, which is a bad habit to have because then you're likely to plosive the microphone breathing. But you'll also get plosives really easy. So have your microphone about, say, 8 inches away or so, and have your line of breath over top, not touching the capsule of the microphone, and you should absolutely be fine. And if you go far away, it will drop off quite fast because you'll notice that reception in blocking background noise is definitely different with your distance away. So keep that in mind. And that's the one thing about a handheld is you're likely to move further or closer just by accident, which you won't do if you have it tied to here, other than turning your head this way and that way. So let's switch over. Some people are tempted to keep the microphone close to them because I hear that's the way to have the best audio possible, but this is not the way to have the best audio possible, especially you can listen to. That sound is not pleasant of anyone swallowing. Do not do that one. The one thing to note about a headset, it's easy to get breathing noises, especially if you have it close to where you breathe. Now you can hear every little breath. That's not how to use this. It is now time for a reception distance test. I bought this furry thing so I could go outside without having too much wind noise because without it, yeah, it's not really good in the wind. And the receiver is behind me and I'm recording myself on this other camera right here. And that way I can blend the audio together and have the scene outside. So let's get out there. So I just left my room here and the ultimate test is to see if I go outside, but if I was recording myself in another room, is this working? I don't know. We'll both find out on playback. And now I got to step outside the door, which is a nice metal glass door back behind me. And now this is the reception distance test here. And I have a bunch of people walking by, so I guess I'll have to stop recording momentarily in a bit. And I'm not going to record kids here. There's kids in the background. But so I guess it's going to be to see where it cracks out and stuff like that. And then I have to stop recording just because there are people around to just prove it's this. There we go. And that was a quick test of this microphone distance. I don't want to record any kids, so I know what you're thinking. Come on. Test it properly and go further. Well, I already did that, so let's go without the fur. And mind you, I'm blocked by walls, so this is going to be more an ultimate test to see how this reacts, especially in the wind a bit. Right now it is windy. I don't expect the sound to be that great. This doesn't exactly have foam over the microphone, or even free windshield or anything. As you can see, bare microphone, you're gonna get a bare result, I'd say. But this is a test. A ways down. Don't know if you can hear me. And I think right here is good enough because I'm gone through a bunch of walls, and this is awkward holding a camera in my hand. Now let's get down to it. What are my thoughts and why are my thoughts? I mean, like, why do I choose those thoughts? Spoiler alert, the handheld microphone system is my favorite for sound quality. My least favorite option would be the headset, just because I have to be more finicky about where I place it. Because if I place it close by, I may get better audio, but then I can easily get more breath sounds and everything else disturbing the audio. So where I can get the best sound is also the worst for other situations such as breathing and other air disturbances around you that you happen to pose upon it. Whether this system works for you, I'll leave up to you. The handheld system was definitely the best sounding out of the other options, so note that one. And when it comes to another option for a handheld system and you're looking for the lowest price possible, the Phenyx Pro PTU-71 would be my recommendation. However, I do think this system has better reception at a distance away or through walls without any popping sounds or sound distortions, so note that one. Please leave a like, comment, and if you're not already, remember to subscribe to help this channel and for honest reviews. This is Eric of Spark E Studio. Thanks again for watching and have yourselves a most wonderful day.